This one's for the stolen voices, my people that ain't got much traces. Trapped in the belly of the beast, everywhere is beef and there's never ever peace. Every day is peak and I never get to speak. Living in the Elmos, never get to see. Sitting in a cell, feeling like you're never gonna leave, but you can't sleep cause you got beef with the brother underneath in the bunk. Man, the truth in my speech is abundant. I don't need a reason to keep it 100. The government declared the war on the man. So this ain't a song, it's a glorious anthem to rep for the group that is normally abandoned. The poor is ignored when they're stranded. From Lagos to Kingston, Norwich to Camden, against all odds, of course we are champions. I'm the voice of Trayvon, I'm the voice of Stephen Lawrence, I'm the voice of Tupac, with no fuck life engraved on my stomach. I'm the voice of a runaway slave, holding a blade and facing a musket. Been a victim of the system too long, we get tired of waiting for justice. The voice of Fred Hampton Sr., killed for defending the people, and the right to exercise freedom of speech. We just want to be treated as equal. I'm the voice of the mums and the ones that pray for unity in the community. I'm the voice of the young trying to escape the slum, but they can't find the opportunity.
So much to say, but not enough. We hear the cries calling from the skies above, saying it's okay, speak your mind, open your heart, don't let no one add you to others.
So they all laughed at this light-skinned African with women bodyguards.
Yeah,
So, dude, you're weird, man. For real, you know what? Mugabe's better than you. You're fucking weird. And Mugabe, if I see Mugabe, I nudge him. I'm not behind him, but I nudge Don. I say, fucking hell, mate, it's a crazy world. I know what you're trying to do. But all right.
Yeah.
So then he came back.
Yeah.
He came back, but this time they couldn't laugh at him.
Right.
In a nutshell. You know why they couldn't laugh at him this time? Because he came back with the figures.
Yeah.
He said, oh yeah, look, check. You dickheads laughed at me before, but Libya's oil is worth this.
Yeah.
And investors is worth this. And
is this when they crowned him the King of Africa?
No, they didn't even do all that. But after that meeting, and listen, after that, it was unsaid. It was unsaid because they couldn't laugh at him, Jess. They laughed at him a few years ago, and Don said, all right, cool. And he left. And he came back again with his arrogant swag. But this time, what he said was on paper. Yeah, check it.
Yeah.
Gaddafi died within 2 weeks of that famine.
Right. They did the same thing to Haile Selassie. Selassie stood up and he talked and he said until...
Haile's thing was deeper than that.
He said until the philosophy... No, okay.
A little bit.
What we're going to do, we're going to have this conversation quite carefully, quite respectfully, because I'm a Rasta.
No, I hear you.
And a lot of people are under misconceptions, and unless we know different, we believe what we're taught.
Yes.
Even my parents taught me lies because they believe the lies that they were taught. Do you understand? I got older, I took it to another level, and I said, let me really stop and look into this differently.
Right.
Now, Haile Selassie is, at that point, the reigning king of Ethiopia.
Yes.
Italy is licking down warheads on top of them like they are ants. Yeah? Now, you've got the general of the army, you've got the colonel of the army. They all can't die, bruv, because the top boys have got to survive, innit?
Yes.
Selassie came to England, to the Queen, so that he could be a part of the G.A.N.G summit, to get all of the nations together and stand as one, to stop the shegries. Yeah? While this is all going on these here, they're bombing the shit out of Ethiopia. He got signed in. He stood up and he said, until the philosophy that holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently abandoned and abolished, everywhere is war. Yeah? And they understood what he was saying, and they allowed him, and they signed Ethiopia in, and then all the world aid, all those things. When we was at school, you had to do all the, do you understand? Now, what happened was he went back to Ethiopia. There's a certain subset of people in Ethiopia that thinks the man's a traitor. Because in the middle of war, he got up and he left. But you've got to remember that these people are not privy to the Western world and the fact that Ethiopia, whether they liked it or not, at that point needed...
I believe the white man orchestrated the whole thing.
Of course,
that's why I said they played. That's why I said, you said be careful.
Yeah, but
and I said he played into your hand.
He knew he was being played.
Okay.
Do you understand? Cool. There was no other way to save the day on that one without the Queen coming in and saying, you know what, Italy.
But this is all right. So let me bring up another person.
But I haven't quite finished.
All right, let me listen. Sorry.
Now, Haile Selassie went back. The bombing stopped. Italy agreed with this whole G8 that they stopped the bombing.
Right.
Haile Selassie disappeared. And has never, ever, ever been seen since. Now, me sitting here as a Rastafarian woman raised from this, I cannot sit here and promise that he was not killed by his own people. Okay? The man disappeared and was never seen again. And at that point, the only people that were angry with him were his own soldiers. Do you understand? So that's you can shoot me in Stratford if you want for me saying it, but I'm going to talk up the team because it's time that we start to use what we've been given that our parents didn't have to learn our history. More, do you understand where I'm coming
sometimes
from?
I think we're stewing over
we've strayed. Sorry, we've actually strayed because originally that was what we were at. We strayed a little bit, but we get the point of Gaddafi. But remember, I was talking about the influence of the Black Americans on where we are in Britain because we live in Britain. That's where I grew up, right? And the reason I make that claim is because historically, even here, before I knew about the black people here that were fighting for rights, I knew about Martin Luther King first, before I knew about them. That's why I make that statement. They wasn't the forefront, you know. I found out about Garvey later, like, you know what I'm saying? I found out about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. That's where I was bombarded. American culture, black culture, influenced the UK a whole lot.
Do you feel Do you feel their culture right now,
absolutely,
the way they're behaving is correct?
No, not the way they're behaving is correct. I'm saying they have the biggest influence. Because if your Beyonce's and Jay-Z, they have more power with your youth.
Than any parent does. No disrespect, but look, you see, this is what I'm saying. This is where we need to take control.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So you say you had children?
Absolutely not, and I'm quite glad.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying. Right now, here's what I'm saying to you. Now, if we look at the game and say, well, we've moved the black man out of the household. You understand what I'm saying? We moved the black man out of the household and left the black woman out here. We create separation through jobs and blah, blah, blah. That's the system we live in, innit? I'm not an idealist. I try to stay away from ideals. I really try to stay from ideals. I look at what's going on and deal with the problem as it's here and say, how do we tackle the day-to-day struggles of black people? So what I'm saying is, now, when I talk to youngers on the road, on a mass level, of course there are groups of people in the pockets that don't follow. We know that. I didn't think that needed to be even addressed. I'm saying, but we're trying to talk about black people on a mass level, how we move together as one.
We don't.
So I'm saying, so now we have to pick it apart and look at what are some of the issues that are tripping us up. Apart from the fact we got the colonialism in the brain, let's put that aside for 2 minutes. The day-to-day issues of being a parent in the West is you are outnumbered. Because unless, listen to what I'm saying, unless you are going to be around your child 24/7 or more days than not, something else is influencing your child. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're not trying to put enough into
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I've been a son and I've been a father. I'm telling you, once you step outside that house, depending on what the household has, right? Because most families, when I was growing up, didn't have mother and daddy in it. It didn't.
But that's the case.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, right? No, I'm saying just.
That's the case everywhere.
But this is what I'm saying. So
we live in a world of excuses.
Right.
Your son goes out and shoots someone in the face. He didn't come from a good home. Your daughter goes out and she's a hoe. Yeah, it's because her mum is a bad mum. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
But
we need to stop making excuses.
It's not excuses. These are psychological effects. It's not an excuse.
In psychosocial studies.
That's from white people, though. Let's be with all respect. That's from white people.
Okay.
It does not speak to our social studies and psychology in Africa, though. I'm keeping 100, though.
Wait, no, I'm gonna roll with that. Do you know what I'm gonna say to you? Do you know what I did? I took myself to university, and when I sat in class and they tried to teach me the white man's psychology, I writ my own synopsis and theses because I am a black woman and I put my own perspectives forward and they published them. So I respect what you just said, but you only just slightly offended me for the mere fact that.
That's why it's hard, though. You can't be offended. Yeah, you can't be offended.
My apologies. When I say offended, I don't mean really offended.
Yeah, okay.
I mean I took it up as to talk over the table. When I use the word offense, I'm not ghetto. I'm not angry like that. I don't mean offended. I mean offended. If I'm expressing myself,
right? What? Man got offended.
All right, a man don't get offended over
Because it wasn't really. Because I'm happy you said that. Thank you for saying that. Because I didn't want to really do that.
Uni was hard. I knew they didn't like what I was saying. They were fighting against me because I'm black, but I still stayed there. Because otherwise, that's the only education that's on offer. They're not offering me a black degree in psychology. They're only offering me a white one. What do I do?
No, because that's what I'm saying. What I did a mixture. When I went to do biology and stuff like that, I had to mix it with indigenous cultures and understanding. I had to mix it because I couldn't find, like you said, you will not find it where it supports the black
narrative. It's all about Freud. It's all about
them, look.
Them, man.
But then if you grew up, if you have an opportunity, if you had any...
When Kex comes back, I'm gonna start the actual topic. I think we are...
Yeah, we're in the zone. Yeah, we're
It made me feel bad now because I feel like I have no negative in me, so I'm just I'm expressing.
No,
when I use the word,
no matter, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. But if you say you're offended,
I'm educated.
You know what the amendment's like. They're gonna say don't be offended.
I'm super educated, and when I say I'm offended, my offence is not going to be I'm going to sit back and shut up. My offence is going to be that I'm going to, in an educated way, put forward why I was offended, and then you can tell me why you didn't mean to offend me.
That's true. That's true.
Other than me leaving here feeling offended.
Yeah. That's why I said I thank you for it, because she articulated to me like, no, brother, this is not that. That's what I understand.
He was being funny because he said I've got a big mouth, and I've always been one to talk, but I don't talk shit. So it's real, like, because the thing is, I realize like we all have the same issue. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm a bit nervous, by the way, guys. It's come to
like, we all have the same issue.
I don't know any of you, so it's all.
It's love. You're in a room full of love. Like, we all have the same issue in terms of we are trying to thrive underneath a regime that's not meant for us to thrive. That's what I'm saying.
I want to do something.
We're trying to thrive in a situation that wasn't planned for us to thrive. That's what I mean by that.
I got educated, and guess what I'm doing?
Because my degree,
I don't do nothing.
My degree,
I don't want to do anything that these people have got for me to do. I want to find something that is a betterment. That even if I get paid the minimum, it's for the better of my people.
Peace and love to.
That's the truth.
That is real talk.
When you say my people,
I don't mean just because they're black.
I mean black people. I'm gonna keep it 100.
No, you do your thing.
I'm pro-black all year round.
I didn't say I was anti-black. I'm a black woman. I can't be pro-black, but I've got nephews and nieces that are mixed race. I've got. Do you understand? I can't.
I understand that.
Even if I want to, I can't.
I understand it. I absolutely understand it. I can't say I'm not.
Cam's son's Jamirish. He told you where you from. I'm Jamirish because he's half Irish and he's half Jamaican.
But why
what do you do with that?
No, why can't you be pro-black and still know that you treat every man
the same?
Exactly the same. That's
but still, I'm still pro-black. People come first.
That was my point. I'm a black woman. I can't be anti-black. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna. Some people get confused. It's like when they say Black Lives Matter, I have to always keep turning around. Just because I say Black Lives Matter, it doesn't mean anybody else's doesn't.
Yes.
And that's, I made a point. I made a T-shirt with it. You know, because like all this, people are so dumb. They think they will take it and twist your words, man.
Right.
That's my point.
So, guys.
Let me finish point. We go to the topic.
Why do we always feel we have to answer ourselves to people? That's what it comes down to. Every time they do stuff or whatever, we feel we have to explain ourselves. You get me? Like, why? Like, you understand? No one can't come up on road anyway. So what's the difference when it comes to the establishment?
That we feel like what
I
personally feel like I have to justify who I am because my representation doesn't represent
who you are. Yes,
so I need to
that's exactly it. That's the answer to it.
That's why we're doing this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we're doing this.
We shouldn't have.
We shouldn't have to, but that's why we do.
Yeah.
Because if you go somewhere, they would think, oh, because you're black. No, you have to let.
Why you're sat here?
You have to put them on their place.
It's why you're sat here. No one's not gonna say what Kieran can say.
Yeah.
Only Kieran can say what Kieran can say. Yeah. So that's why you have to sometimes, because you care about us and you care about the image, but so much. But you have to represent, and sometimes you have to explain yourself when you shouldn't have to. But if you catch us all up and we all get onto the same wavelength, we all start thinking the same, then we have to say less. Once we all understand each other.
You know what it is? I got nothing to say, but half the time you don't know how they're gonna be received in it. That's what it comes down to.
This is what Joe was saying.
I shame people daily. I shame them daily.
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
So offbeat, and the response I give to them, they will be so baffled. They will not apologise. It's like you. Why are you that?
So I said be unapologetic about being
a monster with them.
No, because I know. Listen, I know I'm engaged in a certain type of conversation with my people. So I'm like, bro, be you in every form. I can't. You know, anyway, go to your topic. Let's go to the topic.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for Celia to stop hiding her rolling on that.
I'm not only making tobacco, but on camera.
It looks great. Yeah, it looks something else.
I
hear that. But like, if you want to roll it, then roll it. If you don't want to roll it,
actually roll it.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Okay,
we cut that bit out.
It was never going. He would never publish that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say. Can we keep our drinks like off the table, yeah? Because I don't want to promote everyone. It's a Jewish company. And then some got a big 2 litre bottle of. I just got shamed.
Okay, so bring it
Because I saw that
down
you
more.
get the ISO proper so it looks a bit.
And I looked at the
Cool. There's a lot of them.
and I said, nah, you know what? Maybe I could be a little bit more conscious.
You better grow.
conscious.
You better
Yeah, grow. Yeah, you better grow.
I know.
I
All right, but let's not.
there's not
Consuming it is one thing. I don't want to promote it.
Yeah.
Unless they want to give us some money to promote their thing, then that's different. We got a sponsorship situation going on. I'm not promoting no one for free, bro.
Yeah. Speak.
It's not advertising.
Yeah. You know, product placement. You know, the Americans teach us well about that, bro.
Yeah, what you
And we had
saying?
all Guinness and everything on the table last week. Yeah, it was a mad thing.
Yeah, what you saying?
Make sure it's Nigeria.
Yeah, alright, boom.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that we technically, how we doing, brothers?
We're getting there.
Yeah?
Sorry.
I feel like you look tense, man. Like I see bare pacing, everything.
We're getting
I
there.
don't want to start the bread and butter. You're good there, yeah?
Nah, it's real though. It's
Huh?
interesting. It's
What's up?
always interesting.
The lens is difficult to work.
Is that my one? Did you put my one back in? Where's
Yeah,
your
you
one?
want